Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is A Date with Miss Hannah. So in today's video, we're going to look at this is under the course unit Entrepreneurship Development, and we're going to look at entrepreneurship as an attitude, as an ability, social phenomenon, and as a process. It is also portrayed in a table, as you can see. We're going to have entrepreneurship as this side and then the description the other side. So part A is an attitude, entrepreneurship as an attitude. Entrepreneurship as an attitude that believes that opportunities can be exploited despite of the inherent limitations. Positive attitude, objective, committed, dependable, proactive. So entrepreneurship as an attitude believes that opportunities can be exploited despite of inherent limitations. Therefore, it is a positive attitude and it has positive attitude objectives. It is committed, it is dependable and proactive. What about as an ability? Entrepreneurship is an ability to identify, create, and exploit opportunities. It involves exploring and discovering one's surroundings by being physically, mentally, and geographically mobile in order to continue learning with a basic aim of building and expanding one's knowledge. Entrepreneurship as an ability also has both entrepreneurial and managerial skills. Entrepreneurship as a process, this is part C. Entrepreneurship as a process, entrepreneurship is a process of creating incremental value, that is improving the product also. It is a dynamic process created and managed by an individual, that is the entrepreneur, which strives to exploit economic innovation to create new value in the market. Therefore, entrepreneurship as a process is just okay. Entrepreneurship as a process can be defined as the process of creating incremental value. That means as long as there is value, incremental value added to something, then that is considered to be entrepreneurship. And they're telling us it is a dynamic process created and managed by an individual known as the entrepreneur, which strives to exploit economic innovation to create new value in the market. So they're exploiting something that is already there to increase value in the market. It is a dynamic process of creating incremental value or wealth. This wealth is created by individuals who assume the major risks in terms of equity, time, and or career commitment of providing value for some product or service. Entrepreneurial processes include identification of the business opportunity, evaluating the opportunity, that is a feasibility study. Then you carry out a business, draft your business plan, resource mobilization, establishment of the enterprise. So that is the whole process of entrepreneurship. First of all, you identify the business opportunity, then you evaluate it, then draft a business plan, you mobilize your resources, then you establish your enterprise or your business. What about as an individual phenomenon? Entrepreneurship as an individual phenomenon looks at an entrepreneur as an actor. It concentrates on the entrepreneur's ability to recognize opportunity and exploit it based on his personal traits and abilities. So he's going to use his personal traits and abilities to be able to identify opportunities and then exploit them. Entrepreneurship as a social phenomena, exploiting an opportunity to satisfy society's needs. So, as a social phenomenon, entrepreneurship is the process of exploiting an opportunity so as to satisfy society's needs. It is also the ability to start a product that will help the people in community in any way. For example, Baby Organic baking pads. I think this is supposed to be just organic pads. Wow. Okay, Baby pads. I think these are like the reusable pads. Then we have Shria pads. Dr. Musazi in Bladiri Makere makes reusable pads over cheap pads. MP Mandala, this is I think from the eastern region, offers his services at cheap prices like at his petrol station. So this is trying to bring closer to society. You're trying to bring products closer to society, making sure that society can actually benefit from what you have innovated, from this service you're offering, from this product, that from this opportunity that you've exploited. So MP Mandala offers his services cheaper at his petrol station to make sure he's developing his society altogether. And then we have people bringing about reusable pads because the disposable pads are literally expensive and not very many girls can afford them in the villages and other rural areas. So it is better to use the reusable pads. And then we have a role of entrepreneurship and an entrepreneur. The role of an entrepreneur to the country, first of all, creates unemployment. Creates employment. It provides a training platform, improves research. This is brought about by innovation. GDP, it improves the GDP in terms of exports, increases the revenue, improvement in infrastructure. It is a tool to regulate inflation because if very many people are being innovative every day and they're creating new products, then we are going to have enough adequate products which will curb inflation and then leads to industrialization, infrastructure development. I've talked about this already. Regional balance breaks the monopoly power. Monopoly is when you have just one supplier or one producer dominating the market. But right now, we are saying entrepreneurship is going to create more people being innovative and creative and producing more and more products. That means we break the monopoly power, utilization of idle resources, international relations, improving standards of living. Like for this case of standards of living, I'll give the example of reusable pads. If reusable pads were not introduced, that means we'd still have disposable pads only, which were literally expensive for most people in rural areas. That means the costs of living were high, leading to low standards of living. But now they've brought a cheaper product. That means their costs are reducing, improving their standards of living. Then we have training ground. Entrepreneurship leads to innovation, resulting into new products, organization, technology, and markets. Also promotes research and development. These are roles of entrepreneurship to the country. Then what about to an individual? Some of these points may be repeated, some of these points may cut across. So to an individual, it provides one destiny, i.e., one ventures into what they want. They are moving towards their destiny. Every time you sit down to think about what can I create, what can I innovate, you're moving towards your destiny. So it provides one's destiny. We have enjoys lots of money, income generating, in other words, an opportunity to make a difference in your family, in your country, in your society, and then helps one to reach his or her potential through venturing in people. We have enjoyment of one's work. For example, musicians enjoy their work. They are also innovators because they're creating something new every day, new music. We have contribute to the society and can and be recognized for it. For example, I said MP Mandela offers cheap services in his area, so he's contributing something to his society and he's being recognized for that. Then we have to the organization. Entrepreneurship in already existing organizations is also known as intrapreneurship. So an organization is already set up as a business, but then there is entrepreneurship within it. So that is known as intrapreneurship. So literally here you're looking at advantages of intrapreneurship or roles of entrepreneurship in an organization. Number one, competitive advantage through branches. Expansion of the company to different areas, increased revenue, good image, business survival. It leads to innovation, creates an environment. This is an environment that sustains innovation, leads to employee engagement. Okay, this is having some issues right here, but this is supposed to be employee engagement. This is, let me just fix it. Yeah, that is a little complicated, but I wanted to fix this. It's supposed to be employee engagement, and this is supposed to be an environment. So those are to the organization, leads to employee engagement, improved productivity. Then to the industry, there is competitiveness. New products increase competitiveness or competition and benefit the client. Then we have innovation or creativity. This is due to obviously the new products. Cost reduction, which is an advantage to the customers. So when we look at the industry, we are still looking at a business, other customers all together. So there's cost reduction. The industry, the businesses are reducing their costs, but it is also going to be an advantage to the customers. How? When the costs are reduced, that means the price of the product is also going to be reduced. Then we have new processes are created, online lectures, school fees payment online. So through this innovation, we are having new processes created, which can actually ease work. Then we have knowledge creation. Then to the community, There is employment, improved image, increased standards of living. Entrepreneurship creates jobs, thus improving the standards of living of people. It can also lead to the point of increased standards of living can be explained in very many ways. First of all, entrepreneurship creates jobs, thus improving the standards of living. You can also say through entrepreneurship, there are more products created. You can give examples. More products are created, leading to costs to lower costs, which leads to reduced prices or lower costs of living, thus improving the standards of living. Then we have creation of role models. For example, all of us have been young before and we have said, I want to be like so and so. So if I want to be an engineer and somebody out there has innovated or created a car, an entrepreneur has created a new model of a car, and I say, I want to be like them just because of the latest model of car that has been innovated. So uh, entrepreneurship creates a role model. It also creates infrastructure development. So this is where we shall end today. Watch out for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.